Hey everybody, it is May 1st. I'm Adam and this is your daily dose of today. Today I want to speak about the importance of stress, more over the balance of stress. Stress in the right application and in the right levels is not only beneficial, it's essential. If you think of muscle growth, if you think of weight loss, known as caloric deficit, if you think of learning, even the act of learning has a physical alteration in your body. New folds in your brain are created as we generate new memories, which is of course what learning is doing, and form new synaptic pathways. It's really an impressive thing. All those are actually results of stress. You need to learn more, you need to retain more, you need to be able to do things better, faster, quicker, stronger, that type of thing, and your body reacts to that, even the mental things. Same thing for emotional stress. I've been through some pretty traumatic stuff in my life, and because of that, now that I'm older, there's things that maybe before I went through those traumatic stressors would have completely bogged me down, perhaps even completely sidelined me, but now just like water off a duck's back. Part of that's growing old, and then part of it is also just having been through some stuff in my life. And ultimately I want to talk about the importance of balancing that and give you kind of two case in points. One is a young man that goes down to our box. He plays baseball, and me and a few other people from my box, the owners, we went and watched the local city versus county rivalry game, and it was a great game. All the kids on both teams did great. It was really entertaining, a beautiful day out. So, my applause to the kids overall. We had kids actually on both sides. And this one particular young man that comes to mind, though, he had a stellar game. He had a triple early on in the game, and he had a 3-run homer later in the game to kind of pull away and seal the game for them. He had a great game. And he's been pretty good throughout his whole high school career, and he recently signed with college. And one of the funny things that, or the reasons I bring that up now, is because when he was asked about, this streak he's been on and how well he's been doing, he just said, after my signing day, I didn't feel any pressure anymore, and now I'm just out there having fun. And think about that. It makes sense, don't it? But I bet nobody, including him, his parents, his friends, and his coaches, even understood coming up to that day, though I'm sure he felt the pressure, but how much that pressure was actually impacting him in a negative way. Now, I'm sure part of that helped him elevate his game and remain focused, but how much of that actually impacted his ability just to play naturally and have fun, which honestly is a large part of why people are successful. Is if you enjoy what you're doing, it will really make you go a long way to being successful. Anyway, so that's one piece, and in terms of to think about how undue stress can weigh you down and actually inhibit you. And the other piece I want to get to quickly is, recently, a few days ago, unfortunately, a 2-year-old girl was shaken by some cretin of a man, and she's been in intensive care in a coma, I believe, for days because of the swelling of her brain because she was shaken. And prayers go out to that family. I think she's literally in surgery right now as they're trying to do something about that. But the reason I bring that up is because think to before a couple of days ago, before that happened, did that mom in her life, did she have stress? Which she's like, oh, I'm so stressed out and this, that, and I'm not trivializing the mom. This is for all of us. But when that event happened, do you think any of that stuff mattered anymore? Do you think she's stressing about any of that stuff? I'm sure there's probably some big stuff she's still stressing about. The cost of the medical bills and, the time off work, how's she going to pay for food and stuff like that. And there's I shared on my page an ability to help with that. But those are real things to stress about, aren't they? All the other stuff is nothing. And so when you think about, put that in perspective of what are you actually stressing about, and you think about that little girl and what that family's going through, what do we really have to stress about? Not much. There's not much when you look at it and compared to that that's worth stressing about. And I've been through some stuff like that in my life. And so I can sympathize. I understand where she's at. But I really want you today and this week, write down the things that you have been stressing over, the things that keep you awake at night, the things that wake you up in the middle of the night, the things that cause you not to be able to eat, all those things. Write them down. Write down 5 of them that's happened in the last week or so. And then put it in perspective to that little girl and what's going on and think, are these real things to stress about? And if you actually start to do that, the reason why I say this is not to make you feel sad for feeling those things, but it allows you to put in perspective and say, you know what? This is just the small stuff. I don't need to stress over that. And when you do that, the burden of stress starts to lift, and you can start being your natural self and pursuing your goals and having fun while doing so. This has been your Daily Dose of Today.